Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am just starting to do some mottling. I have picked my mottling sponge and I have already started to put some mottling on Joseph. And I always start at the back of the head, so it'll be a little bit more prominent back there, and you travel around to the front of the face where you really won't see too much of it. And you just put it on there very light. I'm gonna let that dry. And then I'm gonna do more than one mottling layer at a time. And then I'm going to start again. This is my paint mix. It's like a dark salmon-y color. I used a red and then yellow orchard and some pinky color right here, very pink, and I mixed that together and I created this color. So it's very thin. I mean, when you do turn it, it does stick to the glass a little bit. You still want it to show up, but you want to keep it pretty thin. So I'm just gonna put the paint on my wedge with a paintbrush after I stir the paint really well. Just gonna apply that really liberally. I'm gonna give it a little squeeze. Put some more. I'm gonna just, squeeze it, pounce off a little bit of it. Squeeze it again. Want to make sure you don't have any dry marks or spots. Careful when doing this. You want to make sure that your gloved hands are clean. Sometimes I'll just take a paper towel or something and I'll quick wipe. Just make sure I don't see any color, because I'm going to pick up my pieces now. And I'm going to start at the top of the arm, and I'm going to just very gently add my mottling. And just gonna, can you see that? You should be able to see it, but it shouldn't be crazy dark. And you don't want it to look like you painted it. It should be pretty thin so that it kind of meshes right on in with the skin. So I'm gonna do like about halfway down. Sorry, Mitch. Halfway down the arm, towards the elbow, and then I'm going to, and I turn my sponge a little bit so it's not uniform, you don't want it to look like too much of a weird pattern. And I turn it, then I'm gonna take my other wedge and I'm gonna just blend it a little bit, lightly take them, any rough paint marks off. So pounce down, and then I put it on my paper towel afterwards just to get any rough paint. So in other words, if I got a little bit too much paint on a spot, this will take it off. This will blend it into the baby. And it's coming out really good. That's a good color for now. And you just kind of go around and check. Bounce it good. Don't want any rough edges. Okay, it's pretty pinky. He's an older baby, so they're a little bit more of a peaches and cream, peachy tone. A little bit more pale. So this is my first mottling layer. Now I'm not gonna give him a lot of mottling because it says 3 months, but because he's so chunky, I'm gonna go with more of a 5-6 month size baby skin tone. You wouldn't expect him to be super mottled. I mean, you can mottle a little bit more if you'd like to do it. I don't want him to be super mottled. I want to like see it, but that's it. Like you can tell if you really look, that he's got some mottling and some undertones there. But I don't want it to be super dark prominent like a newborn kind of thing. It's not going to be that bright. Just like when I blush him, he's not going to be overly blushed. I have some grandchildren, and I showed a picture of my one grandchild, and he looks so pale. Almost doesn't look like he's got any color at all. Now, if you do that with a doll, they're obviously not going to look very real because it's not a real kid. So you're gonna need to add some color. But my one little grandson is very pale. He's only a little over a year old. So I looked at some of his photographs from a little bit ago, and he's pale. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna pounce a lot of that off now because I want to do the hand, but I want to do it really, really light. I don't want my hands to be super mottled, and I am gonna do the entire hand the best I can, or I'm gonna squeeze it in there or nothing. And then I'm gonna take my wedge and I'm gonna just touch and blend. There we go. Make sure you don't leave any edges or anything. I'm very gently touching the doll. Sorry, my back hurts. So even though I am touching him, I'm very barely in the gloves and stuff. It's not leaving fingerprints or anything, so he's good, in case you're all wondering about that. Okay, so there's an arm. I'm going to place it down, because I can go back over and check it again before I bake it to see if I like the way it looks. I really wish I had a flatter brush for applying this paint. I need to buy some new brushes, guys. This round one's kind of doesn't coat the whole thing. I prefer using a flatter brush, so it just kind of paints over the whole thing, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna continue for the limbs, and see, you apply your paint on like this, just put it on there. You know, I like to squeeze a little and then, you know, add some more. And then you're gonna go on the limbs, and you're gonna do the rest of your baby, and then if you're following me, if not, then you can just come back and see how he looks after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right now, and I'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.